Hey guys, it's William, and today we're going to learn some math.
And today that math is going to be converting the unit distance on our map to actual distance of the park. So let's get started. Last week, we did this problem here together where we calculated the distance between the help center and the gift shop. And we ended up being 23.02. I'm just going to call it 23 for this video. Okay, 23 units because we have not declared any distance on this map yet. All right, so that's this distance here, help center to gift shop. This one here, this problem was the other one we did. It's right here, but this is the one we're going to do the example for, so don't be confused. It's just this purple line, and the distance is 23 units. Okay, well, when we get into task 6, actual distance, the first thing they want you to do is count the number of spaces along your paper. So I went up here, on the Y, the range is essentially 15 to 15. So I just counted 30. All right, we didn't have anything up here, so whatever, no big deal. So I'm just going to count from here to here. 15 and 15 is 30, so I counted 30 squares. All right, so that is what I'm putting right here on my paper. Yours may very well be 30. It's probably different. So make sure you count the squares, count the lines along the length of your graph paper. All right. And then the second thing, we're going to put 30 here again. And the second thing, it says set a ratio equal to 30 spaces per, that's divide, 301 meters. All right. So I'm going to set up that ratio. Remember, ratio, essentially, we're going to map this distance from the gift shop to the help center, yeah, and that was 23. So we're going to set up our proportion, and it's 30. This is 30 spaces per 301. That's the ratio we're talking about. All right, we're going to set up a proportion, and then our actual distance is 23. You just want to make sure your distance on your graph paper, in this case, 30 units was the length. And if you read the whole thing in task 6, it tells you that the length of your park is 301 meters. That's this part. That's right above where I copied and pasted this in. So just make sure that your distance on that you calculated last week in task 5 is across from this 30 or whatever number you have here. And then X will be the actual distance, all right, which is across from the actual distance of your park. The length of your park is 301 meters. So we're going to cross multiply to solve. All right, so 30 times X is 30X, and 23 times 301 is 6,923. All right, so this was kind of an issue. A lot of us, when we're doing cross multiplication, you still have a fraction. You do not have a fraction in that step. Maybe you're getting confused with your next step, which is to solve for X and divide both sides by 30. So 30 divided by 30 is 1, so that cancels out, and we get X equals about 230.8 meters. Okay, which seems to make sense to me. This feels like a good number. If 30 units was 301 meters, then 23 is going to be less than 301, but not like a lot less, right? So this feels like a good answer that I'm getting. So this is how you're going to do task 6. The biggest thing, count that length, get the number of squares you have on your paper lengthwise, put that number here and here, and then that essentially is your ratio. So if you counted 40 squares from top to bottom, then you're going to have a 40 here. All right, if you counted 15, then you're going to have a 15 here. So this number is all dependent on your graph paper. If you're using one of the digital tools like GeoGebra or Desmos, just use that range of values along your Y. So the biggest Y value versus the smallest, and just count that distance. I hope this video helps, and we'll see you guys next time.